Hi, my name is Nosh. Some of you guys know me as Shubon, Spurs Video Podcast. We have a big shout out to Mel, who I'm very sorry I didn't give a shout out to earlier, but I hope this kind of makes up for it. Anyhow, I'm going to talk about the Spurs result, exclusive to the nest of my room, and there you go. Chelsea game today. I thought we played well. I thought the first half was cagey, neither team wanted to lose. Both teams had disappointing results. I think we were more disappointed with only getting 1 point against Stoke as opposed to getting all three. Obviously, coupled that with the Everton game, and it just basically was like a double kick in the nuts, really, wasn't it? And I think that's the reason why neither team wanted to lose. I mean, I was watching that second half, and I was watching it from behind the cushion. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I'm so scared. It's like watching Doctor Who and the Daleks. In terms of what we need to do, I'm hoping that we can actually win this game. We could well win that game, but unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be. We hit the crossbar. We hit a player on the line. Check out a second. I mean, for me, Czech was man of the match. In all honesty, I thought that he played very, very well. In terms of what I think we need to do going forward, hopefully we'll have Lennon back because the way they played, they're the double man on Lennon Bale, and one of my mates, Gareth Davies, he's got a Spurs player ratings. I definitely will check it out. Um, and I think Gareth has got sets high standards. I think his are very harsher than normal. I think they're very harsh. I'll give an extra point because I thought Gallas played very well. Cabole's disappointing, just in terms of a lack of concentration. Same with Benny. I think all of our players at some point are like good to lack of concentration. Unfortunately, it's costly. That's when it almost can cost us a penalty. In one case, for Gallas could have considered a penalty. It's Lampard. Um, there was a couple times Drogba. Drogba's a strong guy. I mean, King's one of the very few players that have been able to really play him that really well. In terms of what we need to do, I'm hoping that I think the second half we can just repeat that against I'm obviously playing Swansea next week. If we can repeat another showing of that, then I think we can actually give the teams what it is they're looking for. Give the fans. I was going to say I think I'll talk about it. We're fluid. I mean, our set pieces out of nowhere. I mean, compared to how they've been the last couple of months, they were a lot better. I don't know. Maybe Chelsea are very poor defending set pieces, or maybe it's just we just got better, or a combination of two really. I thought Chelsea's second half didn't offer that much. I mean, apart from that Mata free kick, which I don't think, you know, good old big bad Brad. Try and say that drunk about 10 times. Big bad Brad didn't knew anything about. What did he have to do saves wise? Not really, not much. I felt that obviously the Ramirez and Boswinga double manning of Bale. Obviously, if we had Len on the other flank, then I don't know what Sturridge and actually Cole. So what you got two men marking, two men marking one man. So wow, you've got players like Luca and Van der Vaart. We've got all that space free. Um, I like this new formation. I think this is probably one of our best away performances. Obviously, we didn't win, but going away, I mean, compared to what the asking we took at Man United, Man City, and obviously at Arsenal, I thought that we played very well away from home. I think we weren't the soft touch that we have been in the past. I thought Parker played well, mopped up really well. Sandro, he didn't do it as spectacularly as say what Parker does. I think I remember there's an interview. Sandro says, "Look, is Parker your rival?" And he goes, "Well, we are competing in the same spot. We do our jobs slightly different. I think they are very similar players. The one thing that stops them, I think, being great players. And I mean, I remember Harry quite erroneously compared Parker to Mackay. The difference between Parker and Mackay is Mackay was so gifted on the ball. I mean, such a good player on the ball. He really was. I mean, the older Spurs fans. I mean, one of the guys who's a friend, best friend of mine, Greg Smith. I don't know if his dad runs Spurs Odyssey, and I think he said that. I think he's seen players like Dave Mackay and Blanchflower and all those guys. And I mean, apparently the older generation that actually know Mackay goes, no, you shouldn't. This guy was something else. I mean, he really was. And I just don't think we had that pass yet. I mean, Huddleston is the pass. He's a shooter. He just hasn't got the mobility. And I think just as Adebayor had all the attributes of that split amongst all our strikers and maybe the hold up the ball, to run with the ball, that predatory instinct, I don't think our midfielders, they have like a combination of between them, which may they can compensate each other's efficiencies. But say, I think Parker and Sandro probably are the worst paired together because they're both the deficiencies are in their passing. But yeah, Sandro broke up the defence well. It's hard to make it look spectacular, but he just gets on with his job, and it's not the spectacular thing you see. It's what you don't see. That's what he does well. I thought Van der Vaart played well. Caused a few. I honestly think he could have had at least a goal today. I think he'll be disappointed, but there was some really good passing and movement. I mean, Luca for that Van der Vaart chance set up just before the end of the first half. I mean, it was just beautiful. And I think we have our belief again. I think the Arsenal game, really dented our self confidence and belief within our own abilities to play. But now I think we've got that ability, and if you have an ability to play, like it changes everything. And I think I would still rest, Luca, Parker, Bale. Definitely rest those three. I definitely rest Addy as well because I think Addy was match. I think he was fit. So I don't think he was properly match sharp. But I said that he played. I think he played very well. Caused them problems, quite a few problems. I mean Cahill, proper bacon saving moment really. I mean, I honestly think that Adebayor could have easily scored there. I mean, it was I don't think he was fully on balance. That's why he couldn't get that power to get through. But I think he did well. And hopefully against Swansea next week, he'll be on all firing on cylinders. Hopefully Lennon will hopefully be on his way to fitness, and then we'll see how well when all our players are there. That jigsaw puzzle that works so brilliantly. Then we'll hopefully we'll go forward, and hopefully we'll start because I think no disrespect to the teams we have to play. Obviously, we've got to play QPR, Fulham, Swansea. All every team in the Premier League is a tough side. But I think if you look at our running compared to the Arsenal's, we have I wouldn't say an easier run in, but they haven't got you know we have no teams above us in that running, you know, or no teams in close proximity to us in that running, compared to say Arsenal who've got Man U, Chelsea, not Man U, Man City and Chelsea. And so I think then I think they're a Van Persie injury or a loss aside, and then suddenly it can all come crashing down. And if they get a humiliating loss at home, say Man City, Chelsea go and then neck a point, it's a very arbitrage kind of game. Because I think Chelsea, their minds are on the Benfica game. I don't think their minds are fully on this. And let's face it, they have a bad result against Benfica, then the Champions League fourth spot is all to play for. And I think you'll see an extra motivation from them, especially when they play the Arsenal. Um, Going forward, I'm hoping against Bolton, obviously, the Mwamba, obviously, that will all be on players' mind. But I would actually play, I wouldn't play a skeleton, but I wouldn't play Gallas. I think as fit as he was, I think I'd actually play Calix and Nelson because I don't think Bull played that well. I think his man marking was poor, his concentration was poor. I don't think Walker was man of the match for me. It was definitely for me. It was Czech. I thought Walker though, the one I liked about him is that he's shown an added strength that he will get forward and break into the box. So when say the likes of Adebayor likes to drift out, you know, Bale's got two. He's got two players to aim for because Walker makes distance. He covers so much yardage that if we can actually look to emphasise his ability to look, time your runs better. Time your runs better, but you have a real goal threat. I'm not saying like a Lampard goal threat, but still for a fullback to be able to get in, break into deep into the box and get a head in. Obviously, Ala Bolton, you know, if he can develop that over the next 8 games, or especially over the summer, where he can really sharpen that tool, then we have a very good player going forward. Um, in terms of people have a go at say Luca. I thought Luca played well. I can't really single out any poor Spurs performance. I thought Saha played well. I don't think he obviously not as quick as he once was, but I can't really single out any poor performance really from any of our players. I couldn't I couldn't do that again for the Stoke game either. I just didn't think with the rub of the green, and I don't think with the rub of the green this today either. But we played with a lot more confidence, a lot more self belief, and as the game wore on, we had more confidence and more belief. And I think that's something we can take into our next game against Bolton, and hopefully, more importantly, against Swansea, because they won't have Colker, and Colker has been a huge part of their, having a strong central defence. So yeah, as always, look forward to hearing whatever you got to say. Guys like Major Hank, and everything else, Richard Martin, Kev, all those guys. Sandro, yeah, I'm a bit disappointed, but I think they are too similar. I think I'd definitely start with Sandro against Bolton. Just give Parker a rest, give Luke a rest. Because I'm not saying I think we need to start rotating our squad, especially if it comes to this incredible run of games. As always, come on, you Spurs. Oh, by the way, check out Jim Dugan's Top Spurs. Take care and inbox me if you want the Spurs forum address because Spurs Monica doesn't work for some reason. Take care. As always, come on you Spurs.